In this video, we're going to work through the completing the square technique for quadratic functions. The first thing you want to do if you are asked to complete the square, or need to complete the square to find the vertex, for example, is you want to look at the coefficient in front of your x squared term. In this example, the coefficient is 1, so we don't need to factor out this term. We can go directly to the coefficient in front of our x term and divide by 2 and square. 2 divided by 2 all squared is equal to 1. So this means we're going to get f of x is equal to x squared plus 2x plus 1. This is that special number that we need. And then we need to balance by subtracting off 1, so that we're really adding 0. And then our original plus 3 here at the end. Now, by adding this number 1 in, our first three terms here should become a perfect square trinomial. And if we were to factor, just looking at the first three terms here, we should get x plus 1 all squared. And then all we have left to do is simplify our last two terms, our 3 and our minus 1. That's going to be plus 2. So here is our function in vertex form. In this form, it's really easy to determine where the vertex of our parabola is. The vertex of this parabola is going to be at -1, +2. Next, let's take a look at an example where we have a coefficient in front of our x squared term. In this case, the first step that we have to do is factor out this 3. And I'm only going to factor it out from the x squared term and the x term. I'm going to leave this plus 1 as it is. I don't need to factor out 3 from my constant term. Now, we need to use the completing the square technique on just these two terms here inside the brackets. That means I'm going to take this -3, I'm going to divide by 2 and square it to get my missing piece that I need. -3 over 2 doesn't simplify, so when we square this, we should get 9 over 4. So 9 over 4 is the missing piece that I need to add and subtract inside of the brackets. Alright, we're almost there. It's these first three terms here that are going to become our perfect square trinomial. So we need to somehow remove this -9 over 4 from the brackets. And we can do that by multiplying it by 3. And that's going to give us this -27 over 4 outside of the brackets. Now we can finish up by changing our terms inside the brackets into a perfect square, so we get f of x is equal to 3 times x minus 3 over 2 all squared. And then we're going to have to simplify the 1 and our -27 over 4. So we'll get -27 plus 4, that'll give us -23 all over 4. Our final answer here is in vertex form. So that means if we wanted to know where the vertex of our parabola was, we just have to look at the term inside of our brackets here. This is the x-coordinate of our vertex, and the -23 over 4, that's going to be the y-coordinate of our vertex.